It's 10 o'clock, and y'all know what that means. 49er faithful, red and gold empire. What's good? You know who it is. It's your boy, Jay in the Bay. The Niners suffered a devastating loss, in my opinion, against the Washington football team, 23-15, and it almost ends our our playoff hopes. And Ty Walker, I see you in the comment section. Thanks for watching the stream. And Tay, I see you. It looks like you said you need the link. Maybe your brother could get that for you. But thanks for showing up. Spotlight Sports Network. Make sure you check out YouTube and also check out the Spotlight Sports Network merch. And Faithful, what's up, Ethan? I see you. See you in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, man. I appreciate you. And Faithful, if I told you before Sunday's game started that the Niners would hold Washington's offense to 9 points scored, no offensive touchdowns, Alex Smith would throw an interception, and also Washington's offense would be 3 of 15 on third down conversions, I would think that would be a win for the Niners. That's what I would think. What do you guys think in the comment section? Those stats I just mentioned, you would think that the Niners would have won that game. And even though we only lost by 8 points, it was a disappointing loss. The it was the things that hurt us in that game obviously were the turnovers. That's the number one thing for an offense. It's all about the turnovers, man. It's Nick Mullins, he's got to protect the ball. That's your number one thing you got to do is you got to protect the ball. And he threw an interception. He fumbled the ball, and also Jeff Wilson Jr. fumbled the ball as well. So that was terrible. And I see you, Hudson Grant. Yeah, Alex Smith, he only had, he was on one leg. Alex Smith was on one leg and he couldn't, you know, obviously Alex Smith couldn't, execute the offense the way he wanted to. He had a bum leg, but I also attribute that his ineffectiveness to the 49ers offense, the 49ers defense. The 49ers defense coming into this game, I felt like we would be, in the game if we played like a top 10 defense. And that's what the 49ers did, faithful. 49ers defense played like a top 10 defense on Sunday, but the offense just couldn't, they couldn't. We had one good drive, I felt like one good drive where we scored a touchdown. And I felt like we missed our opportunity, the Niners did. Offensively, we missed our opportunity in that first half. I was telling my fiance, I was telling Adina, I was like, Adina, the Niners need to capitalize on these opportunities in the first half. The defense was playing excellent and getting stops on third down. As I mentioned before, Washington's offense was only 3 of 15 on third downs. That's incredible defense. But the Niners offense had to score points, had to score touchdowns. And we just didn't capitalize on opportunities. Mullins was, throwing, high all the time to his receivers. Bourne was dropping so many passes. I mean, it was ridiculous. What's going on out there? And it was just disappointing to see. I don't know. I don't understand why Mullins can't get on the same page with Jordan Reed. I just don't get it. Jordan Reed's, when he was healthy and the times he's been healthy this year, he's been one of our best targets on the offensive side of the ball. And for some reason, Mullins can't connect with Jordan Reed. I don't know what it is. But Mason, I see you in the chats. No problem. Definitely subscribe to your channel. Thanks for tuning in to the Spotlight Sports Network. Make sure y'all get some merch. And thanks for tuning in to this live show. And Keith Keith Meeks asks, "What's the deal with the running backs?" Yeah, I think it's uh, hey, I think we got someone else on the line. Hold on a second. Tayrock. Let's see. Hold on. Let me try to get you in, Tayrock. Hold on one second. Let me see.
I'm depressed. You can't hear me? I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna go out and come back in. I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go out and come back in. I don't know what the sound.
My apologies, y'all, for the technical difficulties. I got on a different pair of headphones. Can you guys hear me now? Let me know. Let me know in the comment section.
Yo.
Oh, now I hear you now, Tayrock. What's good, man?
Yeah.
Sorry about that, man.
No, it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I'm disappointed right now. That's all. I'm disappointed. I'm depressed.
That was a devastating loss. We suffered on Sunday. That was definitely a must-win game. I mean, if we had a chance to make the playoffs, we pretty much had to win out.
Yeah, we spoke about this on the last show. Like, I just look at it now. Let's just focus on what we can do for the draft and next season.
Yeah.
Because really, I'm not really seeing too much of what we could do right now. Technically, I ain't gonna lie. I'm trying to go after Dak now.
You want Dak Prescott? What?
After
I don't
what
know.
after,
I mean,
after what I just seen
hmm
from Jalen Hurts, I
yeah,
want Dak. Because a mobile quarterback with that type of offense is going to fit better. Now,
yeah,
I pray Garoppolo comes back next season and doesn't get hurt.
yeah.
It seems like he's starting to become the Carson Wentz of the 49ers. He can't stay healthy.
Mm,
Like, it seemed like ever since we got him, he hasn't played a full. He hasn't even though we made it to the Super Bowl last year, he still wasn't healthy that whole season.
yeah.
Like it's like we can't keep Debo out. It's like might as well just wait till next season for Washington. They played they had a very good defensive scheme on us. They played
Yeah.
very well. I have to give them that. I can't even disrespect them. They played well. Alex Smith beat his old team. It just I had to drink. It was just that.
No, I feel you, man.
You
No,
see, I ain't even got the hat on or nothing. Like,
yeah, yeah. No, but speaking of Washington's defense, I mean, it was incredible. Listen to Chase Young's stat line. He had 6 tackles, 1 sack, 2 tackle for losses, 2 QB hits, and he also had a fumble that he returned for a touchdown. He led. He was the anchor in that Washington's defense, and we got to give props to Washington. They played, at least the defensive side of the ball. They played a hell of a game, and unfortunately, the 49ers offense, we just couldn't overcome that. And also that terrible pick six. I mean, you could tell it was miscommunication on Mullins and Juszczyk's. Mullins threw the ball, and then Juszczyk went up the field for some reason, and there was miscommunication. But that was a terrible pick six, and that seemed like that sealed the game for us, unfortunately.
it's just to the point where too many mistakes being made. And I understand what's going on now. So it's just like, don't tank, but still show some type of competitive nature.
Yeah.
It's just like
Not.
they're
I hear
giving
you.
up. It's like they're helping Washington get to their goal. Like, don't help
Yeah.
them get to their goal. We trying to get to our goal.
Right.
And we
And
still
that's
got
and that.
we
Yeah.
still got more. We still got Arizona and Seattle still to play. And I'm not trying to get destroyed by either one of those teams. And I took and my pick'ems, I took the 49ers over the Redskins. It
Mm-hmm.
seems like every time I go against the 49ers, they win. For some odd reason. It's like every time I go against them, they win. I pick them, they lose. I don't understand this.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah. I
just
mean,
too much going on.
Yeah, I think that starts off, this week, this Sunday, going up to Dallas, Texas to face off against the Cowboys, who have had a disappointing season as well. The Cowboys, they've had multiple injuries on their offensive line. They've actually had a similar story with the Niners. They've had injuries. Dak, was out on IR. He broke his leg earlier in the season. And, Jimmy G suffered, the ankle injury. So we've had similar paths this year. So I'm eager to see how the 49ers and Cowboys game plays out, and that'll be interesting to see. Hey, what's up, Nikia? I'm glad you're in the building. I see you.
I would never pick the Cowboys over the 49ers. I don't care who they playing. I picked the Cowboys last week because it was just a pick. But anytime the Cowboys go against my team, I would never pick the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I'm not going to, even though I pray to God we beat them. That's because losing to them is worse than losing to Washington. Because I hate Cowboys fans. Every year somebody picked them to go to the Super Bowl. They don't never do. Every year, that's America's team. America's team. But all I can say is to that game, hopefully we play better and put up more than 15 points.
Yeah.
Now we don't have Debo, so I'm like, okay, what's next? Should we just throw in all the backups and see what they could do now? Because basically all our starters are basically hurt. Might as well see what all our draft picks and all our bench players could possibly do that certain names I probably never even heard of could possibly do, because we need to know just in case if anything happens next season, they'll have that experience already.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
I had mentioned earlier that I was going to ask you, I hear that Kittle may be practicing this week, and I was going to ask you, do you think Kittle should come back and Jimmy G if they're able to, or do you think, you know, let as you say, let the young guys, play and let's see what we have in them for next year?
yeah, because what we 5-8,
Yep, 5-8, yeah.
we're not winning nowhere near the division. We're
Mm,
nowhere close. I
mm,
think they should just stay out, get 100% healthy, and just wait till next season. And then we'll probably have more time to get like practicing, OTAs, different things like that in the facility where everybody's healthy. We can start the season fresh off. Everybody's on the same page. It won't be no mix-ups, and we'll know exactly what we want to do from the beginning of the season. They come back now. It's really, you want to come back just to see if we could get a couple wins in, cool. But to me, I think they shouldn't, because what's the point of risking yourself to get hurt again when the team is not going nowhere?
yeah.
I know if
No,
that was
those
me,
are.
I'm not gonna risk my health just to come back and then we win, but it still doesn't count. Like a
No,
win
I
counts,
dig
but it
it.
doesn't count towards the playoffs.
Yeah, I was looking up the numbers. I think we have a 3% chance of making the playoffs. I mean, basically, we would have to win out, but I just don't see us. We haven't really put together 4 quarters of consistent, offensive and defensive excellence, and that's definitely been the issue so far this season. But Tayrock, if I told you before the game started on Sunday, I had mentioned this earlier in the broadcast, if the 49ers defense only allowed 9 points on offense, Alex Smith threw an interception, Washington football team would be 3 for 15 on third down conversions, and Alex Smith throws an interception. That sounds like a Niners win to me, right? Like, what does that sound to you like?
That sounds like a
Like,
Niners win, but it didn't
yeah,
happen that way. It didn't happen that way. It's just like this is like once the game started and the defense got on a roll, it's like the Niners was like, we can't do nothing with this defense. I'm like, come on, y'all better than this. Come on. Like defense, Washington defense is good, but they're not that good. They're not the number one, two defense in the league. But come on, like even though I know they beat Pittsburgh, but at the same time, no, their defense is not that good. But
I agree.
they're showing they were trying to improve. That's why I said I gotta show respect to their defense because they did. Now, only way I could give them top notch respect to that defense if they would have beat us when we had all our starters. Now I would have gave them
Right.
real respect if they would have did that. I gotta give them a little respect because they did handle their business. And they was away. We was home, technically.
Yep.
Technically, not officially home, but we was home technically. So it's like they still had to travel to us and we still only put up 15 points.
Yeah, I
That's
think the
basically
Mullins. I think the Mullins experiment is officially over. I mean, I think we
yeah,
know that Mullins. He could be a solid backup quarterback, but for this team, I think you got to move off of him next year. I think honestly, I was thinking about this morning. I was like, so should we start C.J. Beathard? Has it come to that point where Mullins? I don't think it would be wise for the
yeah,
Niners to
yeah.
bring him back
Basically, I
next
like
year.
PJ.
Yeah, put him CJ, let him start the next 3 games, and let's just see what he got. Maybe he can provide a spark, to this team that we desperately need. Because Mullins, he's solid, but he still misses too many throws for me, and he's not on the same page with Jordan Reed for whatever reason, and he just doesn't make enough plays. So I think it might be wise just to put in Beathard,
What
see
we
what
got?
he
What we got to
has.
lose? Put him
Yeah,
in.
exactly.
What
What do
we
we
got to
got to
lose?
lose? Right. Exactly. We have nothing to lose. What's up, Clam 10? I see you. Clam 10 writes, should we draft a cornerback in the first round and sign Dak Prescott? So obviously Tay is on the Dak Prescott train. But speaking of Dak Prescott, do you think, would he sign with another team for a 1 year deal, or do you think he's probably expecting a multi-year deal? You think that's something that Lynch would be interested in?
I believe because it would make them. It would make the. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying just throwing the towel on Jimmy. I'm not saying that, but that just imagine with that type of mobility, after give him some time to come back and get his rust off. That type of mobility with that type of offense, that's dangerous. Like you got somebody that could, because you look at the game with the Eagles. You see how Carson Wentz is similar, like the Jimmy can really move, but can move. Then when Jalen Hurts comes in, he just runs all around and he's still getting passes off. That's how I believe that's how our offense will look with that, but maybe a little better. Because
Yeah.
you gotta think about it. And if you think about it, he's a little bit more accurate too, because he thrown for almost like 4,000 something yards last season.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you give him the right defense, and you give him the right. Don't get me wrong, because he had talent around him in Dallas, CeeDee Lamb, Mark Cooper, and all that. But it's just the fact that sometimes certain players need a change of scenery for them to step it up. Like he been with the Cowboys for a while, ever since he got drafted. Same old year, so everything barely making the playoffs, make the playoffs, barely making the playoffs, make the playoffs. Come over here to this red and gold. Let's go win a championship.
No, I hear you. Yeah, and speaking of the Cowboys, easily the last 10 years, they're always one of the more talented teams in the NFC East, with Dez and Tony Romo and DeMarco Murray. Like, they've always had talent on both sides of the ball, but for some reason, they just can't put it together. Yeah, I don't know if I would go after Dak Prescott. I don't know if I would want to sign him to a multi-year deal. But definitely what Clam 10 was saying, I think we should definitely focus on in the draft, cornerback, interior
Yeah,
linemen. Definitely, those are definitely high priorities.
most
And I
definitely.
honestly, I would rather, instead of Prescott, I would rather have, honestly, part of me would want to draft a quarterback. Draft a quarterback, start off fresh, and bring Jimmy back, though. That's the thing. I think we should bring Jimmy G back. And if he gets hurt, then we go to that rookie quarterback, or we go to an established backup veteran. But for me,
So
I
what
want
you
to bring
think?
Jimmy G back.
So what quarterback you think we use? Like somebody like Justin Fields?
Justin Fields, Trey Lance, basically a quarterback that you were missing that has a similar skill set to a Dak Prescott, where they can step up in the pocket, they're mobile, they can run if they need to. A quarterback like that, and it would
Yeah,
be on a when we get a quarterback in the first round, it's a cheaper, it's a more valuable deal from a team perspective, because Prescott, he's going to want what Jimmy is getting now or more. He's not going to
yeah.
sign for 30 mil or less. He's going to sign for 30 mil or more. So, we got 41, we're free agents. I don't know if we want to allocate those funds to pick up Dak Prescott, Like, I don't know. I would
Yeah,
rather keep Jimmy for one more year and draft
yeah.
a
That's why I
quarterback.
said. That's why I said not throwing the towel just yet on Jimmy, but
Yeah,
keep that option open
yeah.
because I think how many games has he played this year? What, two, maybe three?
Jimmy, yeah, maybe two or three, maybe three or four. Yeah.
Yeah, because before he
He
got
got
hurt,
injured. Yeah. I think he's
didn't he
played at
get injured?
least
Like,
four. He got
didn't he
hurt. I
get
think it was against the Jets. I believe it was against the Jets. He got hurt.
Yeah, we thank God we beat them.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, that's the knock on Jimmy, is that he can't stay healthy. That's the knock. So hopefully, last year everything went right. It's crazy what a difference a year makes. I mean, speaking of 2020, this has been a terrible year for hundreds of thousands of people. And last year we were riding high. We were looking towards a deep run in the playoffs. Everyone was pretty much healthy except D Ford. And now, a year later, everything's totally changed. Like there's no way you could have told me last year that next year was going to be the complete opposite. Like I would have said no way. But
We need to get a deep. We need to get rid of Deep Force contract ASAP.
yeah,
ASAP.
yeah, yeah.
ASAP. And you know what's funny? When I looked at that Eagles and Saints game, Carl Alexander looked so out of place.
Mm,
He looked so out of place because he looked better with us. And I'm mad the fact that Fred Warner went out in the damn third quarter.
yeah.
Like, are we like it's like what's it's like 2020 doesn't like the San Francisco 49ers. It's like
Yeah,
we
I
gave
know.
y'all shot, we gave y'all chance last year before this all happened. Now we're gonna just take everything away. Like, come on, give us something to be happy about. Like, I'll be happy with this. Just give us a win. I'll be happy with that. Like, come on, let's get a win and get some momentum rolling and going into the next season on a positive
Yeah,
note. Like, I don't want to lose every game for the rest of the season. You at least give me two more. At least give me two more wins. You know what I'm saying? So even though we're not gonna be the worst team in the league, but I still want to at least get the let's try to get the 7 wins. At least that. At
yeah.
least
And
7.
when Fred went out, I think he had a concussion.
Yeah.
That was obviously bad for the defense, but honestly, I think the defense still, played well in his absence in that short period of time. But I knew it was bad. The first play of the game, 49ers on offense, Debo gets that jet sweep, and you could tell he re-aggravated his hamstring. And it was like the,
Yep.
first play of the game, and he's out for the rest of the game. Like, it's been a terrible, soccer season for Debo. I just hope that next year he could come back, healthy. And I see you, Mateo Sports Show. Thanks for watching the stream. Appreciate your comments. He was saying that Justin Fields will probably go first round and probably go at most 10th overall. Yeah, there's a lot of teams in this year's draft that are going to need a quarterback. You figure what the Jets may draft a quarterback, the Giants, the Jaguars. But Tay will be right back. But yeah, there's so many teams that are going to be drafting a quarterback that we'll see where we land in the draft, and we'll go from there. But thanks for everybody writing comments. I appreciate you guys writing the comments. I see you, Mateo Sports. I see you, Clam 10. Yeah, definitely in the first round of the draft, we definitely want to look at cornerback, interior offensive line. I would, safety because Jaquiski Tartt's probably going to be gone next year. I don't think he'll be, re-signed, and I don't know if his backup Marcel Harris is ready for a starting role. I mean, maybe he should compete with the draft pick or a free agent. But it'll be interesting, off season with 41 free agents. It's gonna be a lot of new players coming in.
I look at it like we going Mount. I don't know. It's just like I don't even know what to say right now for real. For real. It's just like we having a bad season. Let's just get it together and let's get a couple more wins for the end of the season.
Yeah. Do you think that's in the team's best interest though? I mean, I still want to see the guys to compete. They're
Yeah, that's what I'm
professionals. They
saying. I
they
want
still
to
need to
see them.
compete.
Yeah, I want to see them compete, but it's
Yeah,
like I don't want to see like it's, to me it seemed like they only could play with what they got. And it's like
yeah,
you're trying to put your best talent against the other team's best talent, but we don't have our best talent. We can only do but so much. But it seemed like I said, maybe gotta change the quarterback again. Our running backs seem like they can't stay healthy. Wide receivers can't stay healthy. Matter of fact, we don't even really got no tight ends. It's just like where's everybody? Everybody's home eating popcorn watching the NFL season. It's basically what it is. It's
yeah,
just like I'm tired. Okay, when Kaepernick was there, cool. We had up. Then we went through our couple seasons when we was like 3-11, 4-12, and then we finally got some people to get on a roll, and then everybody's hurt. I'm thinking we're gonna have 2 good back-to-back seasons. Even if we don't make it to the Super Bowl, we still got a playoff chance. The next thing you know, people hurt 5-6 games. Now then you come back for 2, hurt 3 more games. It's like okay. I want to get excited to watch a 49ers game, not be like, okay, well, who going to start today? Who going to be new
yeah,
starting lineup today? Like,
yeah. And that's crazy because that's the type of year it's been. It's like, well, I mean, who's hurt today? Who's actually going to play? Who's traveling with the team? Like, it's just been one of those years where pretty much everything that could go wrong, did go wrong. And Mateo Sports mentions that Richard Sherman might be leaving. And yeah,
Oh, he
I
is
think
leaving.
at this point,
He's leaving.
yeah, I know how you feel, Tay. Tell the people how you feel, Tay, about Richard Sherman.
Send him. Excuse my language. Send his old butt away. He can't do nothing anymore. I'm tired of Sherman. Like he wasn't the same Sherman since he. The only time I liked Sherman was last year. I'm not gonna lie. He was good last year, but he talks too much to be that old. Or you're not even you don't have that much speed, or you got the IQ, but your physical abilities are slowing down. And it shows. So we really can't use you. Even if I want to put you as a safety, you still might get burnt because these young wide receivers are fast.
Mm-hmm.
They are fast. Okay, I would play him like maybe red zone defense. Okay, I could play from 20 on trying to protect the end zone, but the whole field, no. Because you
Yeah.
get one-on-one coverage with somebody like a Tyreek Hill, he's going to scorch him all day long.
No, I agree. I agree. Yeah, speaking of
Like,
Sherman playing safety, he was playing safety. I noticed a few times in
yeah,
this past week's game, and I think in the future that's a good position for him. I don't know about on the Niners because Sherman, I'm sure he still wants to cash those seven figure checks. He still wants to get like 10 million per year, and I don't think the Niners can really afford that.
I wouldn't pay him that. The
Right.
most he could get from me, he would get maybe like a 4.5 million deal. You're not getting 10.
Right.
You're the most they'll probably give him is 5. They give him 10, the 49ers. I don't know what they're doing. They just lost
Yeah.
control. They give him 10.
Yeah.
They
And
give
I
him
and I
10.
see I see Harden 54 saying give Sherman some love. All right, Sherman, he's obviously over the last 2 decades, he's one of the best corners who ever played in the NFL.
Yeah.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, Super Bowl champ. He's a great player, but he's no longer in his prime. And the Niners, obviously, we got to get younger at corner. That's why that's got to be, a draft need first, definitely in the first 2 rounds. We got to get a corner or even sign a free agent corner that's young. But because Sherman, I'm sure he'll still sign with another team. But I feel like if he wants 10 million more per year at corner or even at safety, I just don't think that's in the Niners' best interest at this point.
Yeah, me either. Like, don't get me
So,
wrong. I respect him as a player. I love this game, but he's just not, like you said, he's just not the same Sherman. He's not in his prime
yeah,
no more. And he could do things from time to time, but as the ways the NFL is turning now, you gotta get you gotta get younger. Like, you can't stay with you. You can always have your veteran players, but eventually you have to get younger in certain positions where the
hmm
order to compete and stay relevant in the league. Because if you stay
yeah,
with an old team, you're never going to win a game. Like, that's why I understand how certain teams don't really they keep the same players for years and don't try to get younger or different things like that, and then wonder why their team's always tanking. If you're tanking, and then plus certain teams don't know how to draft right. You have to
right.
don't draft for what you want, draft for what you need.
hmm
Like, sometimes what you want could be a failure, and then what you need, the play that you need, could be the one that can help you.
I agree. And then speaking of the cornerback position, I think the only corner under contract next year is Emmanuel Mosley, and unfortunately, he's been battling injuries this year. And what do you think about bringing back Jason Verrett? And, he's been the most consistent corner.
Yeah,
He's
I
been
would, I
healthy
would,
every
I
game.
would, I would bring him back. I would bring him back. And matter of fact, I think I will go after when he comes back off an injury, the cornerback from Detroit, they first round pick. So I think
Oh,
he
I
only
think
had
his name
two.
Okuda.
Yeah, we should look at
Yeah.
him. He's good. We I would look at the players that got maybe like a year left on their contract with different
Mm,
things like that. It's gonna be a free agent. So anybody that got like a 3-4 year deal, I don't really think we should go after, because they already solidified on whatever team they on. But if somebody got like a
yeah.
1 year deal about to become a free agent, I would look at those, the best they available that's out there, so we can help our back end, because until Bosa comes back, until Warner, all our other players our whole defense come back, that back end is the most suspect right now.
Yeah. No, I,
And the
I
reason
agree.
And plus, the reason why Sherman looked so good last year, because that defensive front made him look good.
That's a fact.
That
Yeah,
defensive
that's a
front made
fact.
Sherman look very well because they got
Yeah.
so much pressure on the quarterback. He was able to move the way he was able to move.
No, I totally agree. I gotta say, what's up to sports news? What's up to BG's gaming? Let's talk sports. LG Reds fan. Thank you guys for
Yeah,
showing love to the stream. Thank you guys for
what's
leaving
good,
comments. But yeah,
everybody?
speaking of that back end though, yeah, I mean that's the best recipe for success on defense. You got to have a pass rush. And last year when everything was going well, you had Bosa, you had Armstead, you had Buckner, Ford when healthy. And that was the key last year to, the great defense. And we definitely have to get back to that. So defensive end, someone that lines up opposite of Bosa, that's definitely a need, unless we want to bring back Deion Jordan or Jordan Willis. They actually both of those guys actually got sacks last game, so maybe
Yeah,
as backup options. But I don't know if we should necessarily draft a DN in the first round again because we've already had
I said,
Bosa, Armstead, Buckner, Solomon.
I said, if we do draft any linemen, you better either go to Clemson or Alabama to look for something because they always got the best linemen. For real, yeah.
No,
But
I
you'd be
agree.
surprised. But they always seem like they got the best defensive linemen. But you got some other college teams. I haven't really watched college football the way I usually watch it because I used to be very deep into college football, but I
Mhm.
haven't watched it lately because of the COVID and all that. I haven't really seen too many games like that and really know who's really out there. Now, the one person that I keep saying that I do want is the running back from Clemson. I do
Mhm.
want him. I do want ETN. I do want him because there's no way we're getting Trevor Lawrence. There's no way we're getting him.
No,
So I would take the
no.
running back or even one of their wide receivers because up besides Brandon and Debo and Kittle, because I don't really trust Kendrick Bourne like that. Like he shows up when he wants to. And you know I'm telling the
Kendrick,
truth.
yeah. Kendrick Bourne, he makes like a spectacular catch, but your everyday, just every down, just regular normal catch. He's just not consistent enough for me. I mean, I've seen him play the last 2 years, and you know, I can't
Yeah.
say that he's not improving, but he's got to get better at catching. I mean, you're a receiver. That has to be your best asset, and that's not his best
And
asset.
he's a tall receiver at that.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
you you're our biggest receiver besides Kittle. Like so
Mm-hmm.
you need to step it up. Like you have a
Yeah,
height advantage over certain corners, and it's like you can, for some odd reason you can't even get an inch of separation.
yeah.
It's
Well,
like
speaking,
he's good. He's good for the red zone. That's all I'm gonna say. He's a red zone wide receiver.
yeah, and Bourne, he'll surprise you because in the game against Washington, he was dropping a few passes, and I was down on Bourne, and then he comes up and makes a spectacular catch on third down, but then McGlinchey pretty much tackled the guy and threw him to the ground, and I was like, that McGlinchey penalty was terrible timing. And it's unfortunate because I felt like it seemed like, you know, you really don't hear about the offensive linemen unless they're playing terribly. And we didn't really hear McGlinchey's name that much. And then as soon as we hear it, he commits a penalty and it pretty much stalls the drive out. And I mean, offensive tackle could be a big need for us in the offseason. Trent's going to want, top five tackle money. McGlinchey, I think he still has a year left. I don't think we should get rid of him. I think we should, because then you would have to find the right tackle and re-sign Trent. Like I don't think that's necessarily a good idea. But what do you think about McGlinchey and Trent?
I think I think we should still keep both of them, but still find you can never have too many offensive linemen because they get
Right.
hurt in the trenches too fast. So you could never have too many of them. But you all, like I said, our line is young, but not that young. So I wouldn't mind picking up maybe another guard, another tackle in the draft. They only have to probably not even in the first round. It could be like a second or third rounder, but still pick up somebody with them fresh legs. So we have somebody just in case if somebody does get hurt, we could have somebody to come in and they don't have to switch their position. They can automatically just jump into that spot instead of having somebody switch the guard and that person got to switch the tackle or that. So we draft what we need and we'll be okay. So hopefully next season, when we do getting well when the draft does come around. I hope we draft players that is going to fill the void of other positions that we need to happen, because if we don't, we're still going to look like the same old defense or offensive line that we had. Don't get me wrong, our offensive line is not bad, but it's just the fact that you're letting, I can't even say teams like Washington, because Washington does have, I think, like 2 to 3 great defensive linemen on their front line. So I can't even really knock that. But certain teams that we have played, defensive line wasn't really that good, and it seemed like we just kept getting pressure to the quarterback. I'm like, well, what's going on? What's going on with the blocking schemes? And for some odd reason, I love the way we used to run the ball. It's just like it just disappeared. The run game just disappeared.
Yeah,
So
that's been very disappointing with the running game. You know, it's part of it. It's the offensive line. You know, they've been in and out. You know, with injuries. You know, that's definitely a position we got to upgrade. Center, guard, both guard positions. I think Lincoln Tomlinson is solid. I don't think he's necessarily a problem because he was good during the Super Bowl run. But
yeah,
maybe that other side, at least the center guard, we got to upgrade. You know, that area. And I think if you bring back, Trent, and you bring back, I don't think if you trade McGlinchey, I don't know what team would necessarily want him at this point because he has had a down year. What's up, Big Simple 422? Yeah, I think he's a Washington football fan, so I know he's
yeah.
happy
I'm about,
about
I'm
his
about to go.
team winning.
I'm about to go get old behind Larry Allen from out of retirement.
That
At least he
would
a
be
block.
nice, right? That would be
At least he
nice.
a block. At least he a block.
Or bring Joe Staley back, man. Because
Yeah,
when
right.
Staley was here, McGlinchey, he was playing great. So I don't know what happened. I don't know. I don't know what happened with McGlinchey in the off season. I don't know. But hopefully, next year, we'll have, regular OTAs. I mean, that's kind of wishful thinking at this point. I don't know if things may, because I don't know about you, where you at. You're in Philly, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, because in Cali, they pretty much did a shutdown again, back pretty much back like how it was in March of this year. So we were in shutdown again. So, you only
well,
need, you only are allowed.
yeah, a lot of things got shut down. Even my job like shut down.
Mm,
So I'm kind of mad about that. I'm out here looking for another one as we speak. I got an interview today later on. So
damn.
you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
good luck with
It's,
that, man. Yeah.
I appreciate that. It's just the fact that a lot of stuff is going on right now, and you know what I'm saying, I would like to be honest with you. I told myself before God takes me, God willing, I have to see a 49ers games on the West Coast. I don't want to see
Yeah.
it over here. I want to be on the West Coast with my real 49ers fans over there. I want to be
That'd
over
be
there.
dope.
Maybe you can link up if I get a chance to get over there. We go to a
Yeah.
game or something. You know what I'm saying? Because I
That'd be
definitely come
dope.
over. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I come
Yeah, I
over with
was
my
I was
jersey and
disappointed.
everything.
Yeah, I was disappointed. I was planning on going to a game this year, and it's definitely disappointing. Hopefully, because we got, what is it? We're in December, so we got what, 8 more months, 9 more months until September. Hopefully by then there'll be fans in the stadium because I would definitely want to go to a game because I haven't been to a
Yeah.
game probably since I think the year before we went to the Super Bowl. I went to a game, so I didn't go last year, but yeah, I'll be
I
definitely looking
seen
forward
one
to that.
49ers game live in my whole life in lifetime. I seen
Mm,
it live once. That has to change. That
yeah,
has to change.
no, I
And
get
I
it.
just pray. I prayed. I joined like 3 different contests last year to try to win tickets to the Super Bowl. I really was trying to get there. I really was trying to get there. Like if you like you used to go through my Facebook page down to last season, all you see is 49er, 49 of this, 49 of that, 49 of this. I even put on my page now, I got Debo with Debo Samuel jersey on in the on my background as my picture. Like
Mm,
Debo from Friday that passed away, he has
yeah, I
Debo
know.
Samuel
Yeah,
jerseys on. And I got that as my background. Like I'm man, it just this I want this whole be honest with you. I wish this year could start over on a right note.
yeah, and I saw
It's
that. I
just
saw that picture you're talking about on Facebook with Debo from Friday. Rest in peace to him.
yeah,
Gone too soon. I hear he died of COVID, and he was a big fan, of course, of Debo Samuel. The Niners
exactly.
receiver. And
Mm-hmm.
it sucks. 2020 is taking too many people, man.
Too many.
It's
Too
crazy.
many. Too many. That's why I tell everybody out there, I'm saying, stay healthy, do what you can do, make sure you got your mask on, hand sanitizer, make sure if
Yeah,
y'all don't have to be out there, don't go out there if y'all don't have to be. So I just tell I wish everybody wants to stay safe because I don't want to see
no,
nobody
definitely.
else drop. This year is almost done. It's been too many good people are falling down, and I
Yeah,
don't want to see nobody else go.
yeah,
Nobody else. I don't care what race you are. It's destroying everybody. Destroying
yep,
everybody.
yep. The virus doesn't care who you are. I'm glad 2020 is coming to an end. I'm looking forward to 2021. Hopefully, it will be a much better year overall for everyone. So, yeah.
He said, what did he say? Let's Talk Sports said, did you guys ever watch Joe Montana? That's my favorite quarterback of all
Yeah,
time. Like,
yeah,
I don't care if you got Brady with 6 rings and this and that. Joe Montana has never lost a Super Bowl and never needed a kicker to win it for him.
yeah.
I'm sorry to say. I don't care if you could say he had Jerry Rice and I'm saying all Roger Craig and all these guys. So what? You get to the Super Bowl, you gotta win. That's all
Yeah.
to it. Don't matter who your team is, you have to win. That's just like the Buffalo Bills going against the Cowboys all the time, but couldn't beat them. It doesn't matter if you get there, you have to win. They remember people for winning and not just getting there. So Joe
No, totally.
Montana, he's always going to be my favorite quarterback of all time. Him and Rice are my favorite 2 all-time players. Even though I have other players that I like that's not on the 49ers, but
Mm.
Jerry Rice and Joe Montana are always going to be my all-time favorite. Oh, I got to put Ronnie Lott up in there too.
No doubt.
I can't forget Ronnie Lott. Ronnie
Yeah,
Lott.
those are the goats for sure.
Yeah. And you know what's crazy? Oh, I can't forget the White Clark. You know what's
Hmm.
crazy? I just can't remember none of the offensive line names from the 80s though. I be trying to figure those guys out. I had to Google it last night because I'm like, who is these linemen that protected Montana for so long? Like, and then
Yeah.
you can't forget about Steve Young,
Yep.
he great 49er legend. You know what I'm saying? Even though Terrell Owens ain't played that long, he has particular moments with the 49ers.
Yeah.
Even
Definitely.
even, even Jeff Garcia.
Jeff Garcia was great. Yep. Yep.
But I ain't like Mariucci as our coach. I ain't like him as a coach. I ain't like him.
No, you don't like
Not,
Mary
not,
Yuchi the mooch.
not as a coach. He was okay, but it ain't gonna be nobody like Harbaugh or Shanahan. They like the
Yeah.
best two that did it with them because so funny because they the only two that actually got to the Super Bowl. Who was they other than you know Super Bowl and I'm saying the coaches in the 80s other than that and
Yeah.
I'm talking about basically in like this generation I'm saying, which is Harbaugh and Shanahan. They the
Yeah.
ones that did it for us.
No, no
You know what I'm
doubt. Yeah,
saying?
those they're definitely the two best coaches we've had over the last 20 years. Easy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Harbaugh and Shanahan. So yeah, but I think Shanahan is still obviously the right guy for the job. He and Lynch got contract extensions. This year, and whoever they want. If Shanahan says I believe in Jimmy G and that's our quarterback at least for the next year, I'm down with that. And if he says,
Yeah.
Jimmy's not the quarterback and they want to go in a different direction, I'm down for that too. I trust in Shanahan, because he led us to the
Yeah.
Super Bowl and whatever, what I trust in his vision. Whatever his vision is, that's what, I'm down with. So
I need to hit Shanahan up. Me and him need to have a talk. Me and
oh, you
Shanahan
and
need to have a
Shanahan?
talk. We need a one-on-one.
That's
Me,
funny.
Shanahan, and Robert. All three of us, I get Shanahan and Robert on the phone, on the line, or Zoom meeting. We be fine because I'm gonna get him a piece of my mind. Like, listen, y'all know better than this. Don't make me have to
Yeah.
come over to the West Coast. I'm in Philadelphia. Don't make me have to come out there and get you and put fire to y'all. But I said, what y'all need another running back or something? What's up? I'm available. I'm not
That's
really
funny.
available, but
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
Damien got a great question. What's up, Damien? How you doing? He says Mullen isn't playing good at backup quarterback. Should we bring back Kaepernick? What you think about that, Tate?
I would. You know what's funny? I would at least give him a chance just to see what he could
Mm,
do. Give him a chance.
workout. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny. I actually went to I think the last game that Kaepernick played at quarterback. The last game, and I saw him kneel. And I was like, man, that's crazy. I would have never thought that would have been the last game he would ever play. Only thing with Kaepernick is, he had his time, but he hasn't played in like what 4 years. So a quarterback that has sat the last 4 years, I mean, you don't get better at anything by not doing it. That's the only knock with Cap is he hasn't done it. But yeah, I would definitely give him a workout, give him a legit workout, just like every other player. See if he has it, and if he does, I don't see why you wouldn't. I don't know if he would necessarily be the starter, but if he beats out
Yeah, I
other
wouldn't.
quarterbacks, then
Yeah, I
yeah. But
wouldn't bring him in as a. Yeah, I wouldn't bring him in as a starter, but I would at least give him a chance to see what he can possibly do.
right,
Even as
yeah,
because you can have Cat as a backup, you can still use him in a wildcat. He could be a wide receiver.
mm-hmm.
Like
No, no, I agree. But thanks to all you guys in the comments section. Appreciate you guys, watching the stream. But going back to that Washington game, obviously that was a disappointing game, and in order for us to go to the playoffs, we would have to win out. I have a question for the comments section. Who do you guys think should start at quarterback for the Niners this Sunday against Dallas? You guys think we should stick with Nick Mullins or should we transition to C.J. Beathard? What do you guys think? Question for the people watching the live stream. I appreciate you guys responding. And thanks for tuning in, Spotlight Sports Network. Um, and make sure you guys get that Spotlight Sports Network merch. Mine is on the way. And I appreciate all you guys for watching. And did
I'm
you
gonna
have
get
anything
my
else?
shirt. My shirt gonna say Tay in the Bay, not Jay in the Bay. I gotta
Tay
get
in the
mine a little
Bay.
different.
So Tay
I,
and Jay, that would be dope. Yeah, Tay in the Bay, Jay.
yes,
Yeah.
that could be our own little segment right there. Even though
That
I'm not
could
in the
be.
Bay, I could be in the Bay in spirit.
Exactly, in spirit. Yeah, nah, I feel it. Yeah, my merch is on order. I don't know what I want my theme or my name to be for the shirt and the design and all that, but I'm just happy to be a part of the Spotlight Sports Network and talk about my passion, which is the 49ers. So, but I'm looking forward to this Sunday against the good old Dallas Cowboys. We had a great rivalry. Yeah, I don't think it's been. I don't remember when was the last time we played the Cowboys. It's been a while. We haven't.
We haven't played them in almost like 3-4 years.
Yeah. So I don't
It's been
remember
a
the
while.
last time we played, but the Cowboys. They're like I said before. The Cowboys. They're a very talented team. They're not going to be a pushover. I still want our guys to compete, and I'm looking forward to the game. What do you think? Tay is the number one you know uh, fact or the number one thing that would help lead us to victory on Sunday.
Defense. We have to stop. We have to play defense. We don't play defense. It's a wrap for us. We
Yeah.
don't play defense. It's a wrap. That's just all to it. We don't play no defense. It's a done deal, and we're gonna have to put up some type of points because they technically can score. They can score a little bit.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if we don't stop, now Zeke, he's not the same Zeke, but if he gets off, it's gonna be a long day for us. A
Yeah.
long day. And I don't want that to happen. I'm tired of having to feel depressed, feel like I want to just drink my life away. I want to be happy about something. I don't want to feel depressed. Like I want to give me something even though I don't care, even if we don't make it to the playoffs, give me something to cheer for.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I want me and all the 49er faithful to be happy about something. Like I don't want to, especially against the freaking Cowboys. Like who wants like I'll take the loss against Washington, but not not the Cowgirls. Please, on God, if you hear me right now, I'm saying this on the show. Do not let us lose to the Cowboys because I have so many friends that's Cowboys and they will talk trash to me and they've been hitting me up all week talking about this game.
Mhm.
They've been hitting me up since last week, like we seeing y'all right. Okay, so we beat the Cowboys. That's my Super Bowl for me.
Yeah, no, I dig it. I see you, Damien, in the comments. He got jokes. But I think we gotta, like, as you mentioned, the 49ers, if we play like a top 10 defense, we'll definitely be able to handle the Cowboys. Andy Dalton, he's had successful seasons in the NFL. We can't sleep on him. I think he'll definitely play better than Alex Smith played last year or last week. So, Cowboys won't be easy. And I want to see the Niners. dominate in the trenches. I want to see our D line get pressure on Dalton, and I want to see us create holes in the running game because that's going to help out
because
whoever's at quarterback,
the
whether
Cowboys
it's
run
Mullins
defense
or
is not
Beathard.
that good.
I
The
know
Cowboys,
it's terrible. Yeah, their run defense is terrible. So we
so
should have
we
a
can't.
field day.
But
We should
I
Sunday. We
think
should have a field day.
we should start, and plus I think we should start CJ Beathard because, like I said, what's the worst that can happen? If anything happens to him, we still got Mullins. But I feel like they both them two backups both have their moments, and
Yeah.
you've seen the last couple games. CJ now is Mullins. Now it's time to put in Beathard. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just time for him to just to change it up a little bit, even though it messes up the chemistry with like the players, but we don't really have no starters for real. So you might as well just do what you possibly can do, because now you really gonna have to start like if it gets any worse, you're going to grab people off the practice squad to start playing, like for real,
Yeah.
for real. And who wants to really have to go there if you don't have to? Don't get me wrong, they're still players too. They deserve their chance. They get called up. Not saying knock them, but if you don't have to go that route at that moment, don't go that route. But if you have to, see what they could do, because if other teams have brought up other players and they actually turned out to be good. Like so,
I agree.
whoever we have sitting, maybe we need to put them in and see what they possibly could do. Who knows?
I agree.
Who
And
knows?
The Cowboys got weapons offensively. You know, they got Amari Cooper, Gallup, CeeDee Lamb. They got Zeke. You know, so it ain't gonna be no easy game. They have the thing about the Cowboys. They have weapons. Now I don't know. For some reason, they just can't put it all together. I don't know. It's either the offense plays well and the defense is terrible, or vice versa. So it'll be an interesting game. It's going to be in Dallas. The whole world's going to be watching. So I'm definitely excited for the game, and I just like I said, I want to see us dominate offensively and defensively,
I
and I think
hope
we'll be
I
all
hope
right.
Terrell Owens comes to that game with a 49er jersey on. So he could give us some type of pride or something, even though he played for both teams. I don't
Yeah,
really care, but he's a better 49er than me.
no,
You know what I'm
totally,
saying?
totally.
I don't care. I'm a type of person. If you was a 49er before you went to any other team or if you once you was a 49er, I don't care where you go afterwards. Because once
Yeah,
you're a 49er, I'm gonna always think you was that good. And I don't care if you have a better season than when you left my team. I'm always still believe you was a better 49er than any other team you was on.
no, I
That's how
agree.
I just look at it.
I
Now,
wish
if you
To would
come
have never left. Yeah,
exactly.
like
No, I wish we could have kept we would have had Randy and T.O. at the same time.
yeah, that'd have been
We
incredible.
had Randy and T.O. at the same time. Oh, that would have been heaven for me. That would have been a Super Bowl run right there.
No, I agree. I agree. Yeah, it's too bad we got Randy like in the back nine of his career. That would have been dope if we would have got him in the prime, but it was cool to see him with Harbaugh, and
Yeah, it really
no,
was. It really was. It really was. It really
nah,
was.
I
Man,
agree.
I just pray that we could do. Hopefully next year it don't be too bad where everything just falls apart.
Yeah,
I'm really praying everything does not fall apart, because I can't take another bad season like this when we just came off a great one. But before that season, it wasn't really that good. So it's like technically within the last 3 years, we had one good season. No, that's not 49ers football. 49ers football is being relevant, winning divisions, winning conference championships, making it to the Super Bowl. Even if we don't make it to the Super Bowl, we are those top teams every year. Don't get me wrong, you can't win every game. That's just impossible to do majority of the time. If you do that, it's only been the Dolphins that did it. You know what I'm saying? So the one undefeated and actually won the Super Bowl. So it's just we gotta have. Matter of fact, scratch that. We just need more discipline with everything. That's just basically what it is. We just need discipline. This discipline. We got discipline. We can execute. We fine. But it's better. You know what I'm saying, it's better done than said. You have to go out and perform it.
yeah. And as you mentioned, in the last 3 years, we pretty much had one great year, and then the other two is basically been because Jimmy G got hurt. So we can't allow that to be, an obstacle next year. So that's why I'm saying, even if we keep Jimmy, we still need to bring in. I mean, you can't keep Mullins and Betther next year. I just don't think you can. You got to bring in another established quarterback who knows he's not going to be the starter, but he'll be able to perform if he gets called on. And that's
I
definitely
mean,
what we need to upgrade to.
what's some backups that's out there that we can actually look at? I'm trying to think.
I hate to say it, but Ryan Fitzpatrick, he beat the brakes off us. So
I would take
I
Fitz.
mean,
You know what's
yeah,
crazy? I would take Fitz.
yeah, because he can still play. He can still throw the rock. He can still play, and he showed us. He beat us, pretty badly. And I think he would come in knowing that okay, he's not going to start over Jimmy G if he's healthy. But if he's I see Damien said maybe Nick Foles. Mm, maybe if the
I
Bears cut him and he signs for like a vet minimum or something
Yeah, like a vet
But
minimum, but I wouldn't give him
yeah,
no big contract.
no
I
big contract, no, no, no. But yeah, like Let's Talk Sports said, the NFC West is tough. It's a tough division. We got to go up against Kyler, Russell, and Goff. Obviously, it seems like we have Goff's number, but you know, Jimmy's got to play much better next year. He's got to stay healthy, and because those are three pretty good quarterbacks you have to play 6 times a year. So
yeah.
that's going to be the key. It's going to be, can we stay healthy, and if we can, I think we'll definitely be competing, for NFC West crown and eventually, the Super Bowl. But yeah, backup
Most
quarterback's going
definitely.
to be huge next year for us, for sure. Let's see. Rolls
Most definitely.
Royce says Taylor. Oh, maybe like Tyrod Taylor with the LA Chargers. He's
He's
solid. Yeah, I
not that
think.
bad.
Yeah, he's
I
not
wouldn't
bad. I
mind
just think
him.
we yeah, we just got to get better. Yeah, we got to. I think Mullins and Betther, they're, you could say, on a tier below. We just got to, can we get add another quarterback that could be a tier lower than Jimmy? And I think, yeah, possibly Nick Foles, Fitzpatrick, Tyrod Taylor. I think those are all good options.
Yeah. Oh, let me run to the
So
bathroom. Hold on.
yeah. And I see Let's Talk Sports says the Seahawks and Rams are always making the playoffs, and the Cardinals, it just depends on what they do. Yeah, I mean, like you guys said, man, yeah, this is a tough division. It's easily the toughest division in the NFL. I mean, I feel like it's possible that every team could have at least 8 wins at the end of the year if we win out. So it's a tough year. We all battle back and forth. We beat the Rams twice. We lost to Seattle once, lost to Arizona once, and then we got after Dallas. After we played Dallas, we got Arizona and Seattle next. So those are going to be 3 crazy games, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. I want to see how we compete, and yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait till the game on Sunday against Dallas. People in the comment section, what do you guys think? You guys think we'll beat Dallas this week? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. And I appreciate all you guys for watching. Usually this is an hour show. We ran a little bit past, but and also I want to apologize for the technical difficulties we had earlier in the show. That I believe I have to talk with Tay about that. It might have been on my end. I'm not sure, but I appreciate you guys for watching. I want to wait until Tay comes back so we can give a proper send off. But you guys can find me on YouTube, Jay in the Bay on YouTube. I appreciate you guys for watching, and Tay should be back momentarily. But what do you guys think? You guys think we got a good shot to go up to Dallas and beat the Cowboys? Obviously, Dallas and the Niners had a great rivalry. You had Aikman going up against Montana and Aikman going up against Young, and that used to be a great rivalry. But we haven't played that often in the last few years. I mean, I'm sure we've played them. I just don't remember the outcome. It seems
Yeah,
like it's
it's
been
been
so
some
long
years since
ago.
we played them.
Yeah,
It's
it
been
just
some
seems like
years.
it's been some years since we played. But yeah, I was just telling everybody watching the stream. I was just appreciating everybody for watching, and we'll definitely be back on next Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Pacific time. And I'm Jay in
It,
the Bay.
it will be 1 o'clock for me over here on the East Coast, if anybody's
East
watching.
Coast.
But
Yep.
we about to make this known. We about to be Tay and Jay in the Bay. That's about to be the name of the show.
That
Right
sounds good
there.
to me, man.
I'm saying,
That
Tay
sounds
and
good
Jay.
to me. But yeah,
No, I'm
thanks everyone for
saying,
watching. And good luck with your job interview today, Tay, man. I hope you get it, man. Cause yeah, man.
appreciate that. We
No
still got to
problem.
pay bills.
Exactly. The Bills don't stop. You know what I'm saying? They don't stop. So,
Well,
but
actually,
I'll see you
speaking of the
next
bills,
Tuesday, 10 a.m. You said
speaking of the
what?
bills, speaking of the bills, they ain't stopping yet.
Uh,
They still waiting.
yeah, no, it's funny. The Bills are a really good team, man. They beat us, then they beat Pittsburgh Monday night. Like, yeah, they're no joke. So, yeah, the Bills will be interesting coming out the AFC East because they are the best team obviously in that division. So we'll see. I mean, Bills and Chiefs, that's going to be a good game if they meet, in the AFC Championship game. Because they seem like the two best teams in the AFC right now. I mean, Pittsburgh's still good. You still got Tennessee. Um, who else? Are we forgetting anyone?
We got
Um,
Pittsburgh, Tennessee.
of course, the
Uh,
Chiefs, the Chiefs,
yeah, the
Chiefs,
Chiefs.
the Bills.
Don't sleep on the Dolphins.
Yeah, don't sleep on the dog. And even in the AFC North, Pittsburgh is still good. Baltimore's good. Cleveland's good. Like that's a tough division too. The AFC North.
You see the game last night? There were
Yeah,
Cleveland,
that was
and
crazy. Yeah,
that was a great game. That was a great game. That
yeah,
was a.
man.
I
Lamar Jackson is a
love games with
problem.
my team like that. We had last season. Our games was like that last season.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? When
yeah.
we had that great game against the Saints last year, like that. When
No,
that
I
fourth
agree.
and two, then Kittle, I'm saying, did Husky man won us the game.
Nah, I feel you, man. But you have a good day, man. I appreciate you coming on with me, and
Appreciate that. Make sure
I
everybody
appreciate
signs
everybody
up.
watching. Yeah,
If you didn't
appreciate everyone
subscribe to the
watching the stream.
Spotlight Sport Network, Spotlight, you know what I'm saying, subscribe to all the channels that's on there. You'll get great content from everybody that's on there. Make sure you follow, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow my man Jay right here from the Bay. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working on my situation right now because I'm trying to get my personal things first, get done first, and I can handle this. But as far as, like you said, 10 a.m. over there on the West Coast, 1 o'clock over here for me on the East Coast. Join us every Tuesday. We're going to be here.
All righty. And this is Jay in the Bay, and I think we out. I'll see you next week, man.
All
All right.
right.
Peace out.